Hi, today we're finishing to read Nancy Clancy Book 4, Chapter 14, Reunion. I must say you girls are acting awful mysterious, Mrs. Devine said as they took their seats in a booth at John's ice cream shop. Nancy and Bree giggled but didn't answer. Nancy was so excited she couldn't sit still. Neither Bree could Bree. She was squirming around as if she had ants in her pants. It was 2 hours and 58 minutes, according to the giant clock that had hands in the shape of the ice cream cones. Nancy pretended to look at the menu when actually her eyes were trained in on the front door. At 3 hours and 1 minute, Aunt Elizabeth, or Miss Simon, or Bitsy, as she used to be called, walked in. "Over here!" Bree stood up waiting. Miss Simmons smiled and headed for their booth. Then, all of a sudden, she stopped and blinked. Her hand flew to her mouth. Nancy looked across the table at Mrs. Devine. She had the same startled expression. Her hand was pressed against her chest. "No, it can't be!" Mrs. Devine cried. Her eyes were open as wide as a doll's. "Bitsy? Marie?" Nancy and Bree bounced in their seats. Triumphantly as Mrs. Devine rose with her arms outstretched. We, Nancy and Bree had pulled it off. A surprise reunion! The old friends hugged and kissed and cried a little. "Oh, look, I got lipstick smeared all over you," Mrs. Devine said, sitting down as she took a napkin from the dispenser and began rubbing Mrs. Simmons' cheek. "And your mascara is ruining. You have raccoon eyes," Miss Simmons said. Then they turned to each other and hugged and kissed and cried some more. When the ladies finally settled down, Mrs. Devine asked Nancy and Bree, "How on earth did you find Bitsy?" So they went through the whole story step by step. It all started with a silver key they found in my desk. Your desk? Your desk? What was it doing there?" Mrs. Devine looked puzzled. "The desk used to belong to Miss Simon. It wound up at the tax sale. That's where Nancy got it." Bree exclaimed. "Your roll-top desk?" Mrs. Devine asked Miss Simon. Then she addressed Nancy and Bree. "Oh, I was jealous. My desk didn't have a secret compartment." "Do you still have yours?" Miss Simon wanted to know. "The silver key, I mean." "Oh, yes," Mrs. Devine replied, "in my jewelry box." It turned out that the ladies now lived out only 10 minutes away from each other. "I was living in Mexico for years, but the hot weather got to be too much for me," Miss Simon explained. "So I moved back here of all places. So the geezer's place." Mrs. Devine laughed. "I assume you're thinking about Elwood Retirement Community." Right away, the ladies began updating each other on the facts of their lives. Bitsy had never married. "Too much trouble," she said, and had lived all over the world. She used to be a journalist, which Nancy knew was the professional name for a reporter. Mrs. Devine told Bitsy about the beauty salon that she had owned. Its name was Hair and No. Nancy and Bree already knew that, but they hadn't realized that her neighbor had been married 3 times. "I have 3 children from one from each husband, but no grandchildren, not yet." Mrs. Devine pointed at Nancy and Bree. "They're my subscribed granddaughters. A weather paired with menus for everyone, and said, 'I'll be back in a minute to take your orders, ladies.' No, wait, do you girls know What do you want? Miss Simon asked. Nancy and Bree, well, each have the deed by chocolate, please. Nancy said. Whenever they came to Cohen's, that was always what they ordered. It came with 2 scoops of chocolate ice cream on a giant brownie in a pool of hot Fuji sauce. Topped with chocolate flavored whipped cream. Have it! And you, ma'am, what do you like? The waiter asked. Mrs. Devine, Mrs. Devine, Mrs. Devine. Mrs. Devine was about to order, but Miss Simon interrupted. Margie, here we'll have coffee, ice cream, or butterscotch. Sauce and silvered almonds, please. That's absolutely correct, Mrs. Devine said. And Bitsy here would like 2 scoops of strawberry ice cream with sprinkles, the multicolored ones, and a mountain of whipped cream. Both ladies marveled over how they still remembered that ice cream the other one liked. But that didn't sprinkle. Nancy's surprising. Of course, your best friend would know all the important stuff about you. The orders arrived as usual. Nancy had to help Bree finish off the last part of her brownie. The ladies were busy exchanging phone numbers and email addresses. By the time everyone was ready to leave, they had made dinner plans for the following Tuesday, and they were both going to wear their silver keys on a chain around their necks, just like they used to. At the parking lot behind Chowen's, Miss Simon pulled out the car keys and was heading for her car when Nancy whispered something to Bree. We want both of you to take a solemn oath, Nancy said. That's right, Bree nodded. You have to promise to stay friends, this time forever. After raising their right hands, the ladies repeated Bree's words. Then, just to be doubly sure, Nancy made them pinky lock on it. Bye!